But is that cake pop or banana bread or espresso shot really what you want? Or is it a habit? Every morning, pretty much, I walk to Tim Hortons or whatever place like that is available wherever I happen to be to get a 12 grain or the healthiest possible bagel that I can get, double toasted and dry, so nothing on it, and a donut. Not just any donut, an old-fashioned plain donut. Absolutely plain, deep-fried dough. And I haven't always gotten that. I had phases where I got a large French vanilla latte too. Venti chai latte at Starbucks. Green tea, extra large double plus a Boston cream donut. Chocolate dipped, chocolate croissant, you name it. You're listening to the Unshackle Your Life podcast with Debbie Colburn, where breakthroughs happen. Getting rid of all the hidden things that hold us back, things that scare us and challenge us, and things that we're just plain fed up with. We talk all things money and business, big and small. We dive deep. We get real and raw at discovering and exploring what is really possible for you and what's holding you back. If you've ever thought, it's not enough when you looked at your bank account or your credit card balance, maybe you're sick and tired of the endless struggle of just getting by, and you know you're missing out on opportunities that keep screaming out to you. It's a never-ending cycle of crisis to crisis, either in your personal life or your business or your relationships or all of them. Then this is exactly where you need to be. We'll bring you a whole new way to look at those challenges, share ideas, tips, and tactics, and get you connected to the resources that will unlock those golden handcuffs and release your unique abilities. No matter what's going on in your life, right now, maybe you're in survival mode, living day to day, paycheck to paycheck, or maybe things are good and you know they could be better. Maybe you're in a job or a career or running a business that is leaving you empty, depleted, uninspired, or anything in between. I've got your back. Ready? Buckle up, take a deep breath, and join me in a conversation about breaking through to the next level. Welcome to episode 101. This season, each episode is building on the previous ones in the season, so make sure that you're listening to all of them. 2 weeks ago, we talked about self-sabotages, and last week, thinking loops. And those two are intricately linked through the habits and behaviors that you've built to support them. Sure, they might be good or bad habits or totally unsupportive habits. We've all got a blend of those, just in a different ratio depending on our self-awareness. Yet most of us never consider it's our habits or behaviors that have created the money problem we are living with in our personal lives and in our businesses. We have a plethora of stories and excuses that we can blame and attribute them to. And you would be absolutely right. It's not the habits or behaviors that creates those sabotages or spiraling thoughts. It's the thinking and feelings about the circumstance that caused the habits, the meaning that you've assigned to it. And that's something we talk about pretty much in every episode and dive deep into when you work with us, which I hope we'll get to do sometime in the future. But today, it's habits and behaviors. If you're good with that. I know I always need a little bit of extra help in that area. Now, don't get me wrong. At 66, I've seen what happens when people buy into the Freedom 55 and now the FIRE movement. They pretty much end up sacrificing living today and enjoying every moment as it is and hoping that it all works out years in the future. That is so not a rich life. Build and sustain habits and behaviors that you can envision yourself doing for the rest of your life. Well, that's what I'm talking about. That allow you to be happy, be present, enjoy every moment of your life, starting right this moment with whatever you have. If I asked you how and why you've created a particular habit, I bet you couldn't answer me. Nor could I for my old ones. New ones totally can for most of them. Habits and behaviors tend to be created to either protect you from something uncomfortable or for short-term pleasure. Laziness, for sure, factors in. And so often, we don't even realize we're doing it. Simple exercise. When you're standing at the counter, kitchen or bathroom, what are you doing with your body? Leaning on anything? Hips shifted so you don't have even balance on both feet? Phone nearby? Door open or closed? Bathroom? Anybody with aging parents ever notice that for some banana reasons they always leave the door to the bathroom open? Holy crap, Debbie. I never realized I did that. Any one of those things that I mentioned. That's right. Because that's how habits get created if we aren't intentional and self-aware. On one trip back to my parents' place, I called my mom out on always leaning her forearm on the counter when she did anything. And as predicted, she rebelled and said, "No, I don't." See, my mom had polio as a child. Scoliosis has riddled her spine, and her back looks like Iron Man on X-ray. But she was a model, and she was a spare on the Olympic diving team. She's very aware how not being straight has negatively affected her. But somehow, she'd started leaning on stuff. Now, I'm not saying she needs to stop, because let's be honest here. Her balance totally sucks. She's 88. But when you're aware, you can then choose better. Look around you. Consider your day. What do you do that might not be serving you well? Got any habits that might be negatively affecting your money situation or your business profits? Anyone for Starbucks? Okay. You know my opinion on the latte factor and how focusing on the $5 choices rather than the $500 and the $1,000 choices is not the path I'd choose. But is that cake pop or banana bread or espresso shot really what you want? Or is it a habit? Every morning, pretty much, I walk to Tim Hortons or whatever place like that is available wherever I happen to be to get a 12 grain or the healthiest possible bagel that I can get, double toasted and dry, so nothing on it, and a donut. Not just any donut, an old-fashioned plain donut. Absolutely plain, deep-fried dough. And I haven't always gotten that. I had phases where I got a large French vanilla latte too. Venti chai latte at Starbucks. Green tea, extra large double plus a Boston cream donut. Chocolate dipped, chocolate croissant, you name it. And I'm sharing this for a couple of reasons. First, I made a conscious choice to do this every morning because I work for myself. To go to the nearest coffee shop of choice and buy a drink, a bagel, and a donut. I work by myself. It gets me out for a few minutes to walk and chat with people. It was a deliberate choice. Second, because I know that if I buy a bag of bagels, the plastic wrap ones of 6, that I will eat all 6 in probably 48 hours. So the extra cost is well worth it to my wellness. And thirdly, I am constantly evaluating and evolving my drink and the donut, testing what works for my body and for my productivity, testing why I emotionally and choosing to get a specific drink, and downgrading or up-leveling the products. That old-fashioned plain donut is the base for most of the other donuts, except the yeasty ones. It doesn't have any of the sugar coating on it. And it's about the third donut downgrade in the process of hopefully eliminating it. That is how you change habits and behaviors that are not serving you. And oh my God, guys, don't think I'm perfect. Like if you look at me, it has a little effect, but it's teeny tiny little pieces. And that is how those sneaky, nasty habits creep up on you until you wake up one day and realize that you have been doing something for a while that isn't serving you and never has. Our dogs are a great example of behavior building because as humans, we're pretty damn predictable, even those of us who live and breathe variety and uncertainty. I can't tell you how many times I've heard my students say, my dog knows it's Wednesday, class night. Right, because you get his leash and his training bag the same way. The same time, he knows your behavior and can predict the outcome. His class, dinner time, yep, same routine, same behavior, same habits. And those things that he does that drive you crazy, that you bitch about to your trainer, that you can't fix, all habits and behaviors built exactly the same as yours. Jumping up on people. That habit got rewarded and keeps getting rewarded every time. The same is true for us. Our money habits. When we spend money we don't have or hadn't planned on something that gives us a short-term jolt, and we do it again and again and again, and now it's, you guessed it, it's a habit. Your self-sabotages are habits that don't serve you. I never knew my old zero was absolutely nothing available in the bank or in cash or in available credit. I never knew that the habit of spending everything to make that happen, that I did that to myself. I never knew I had a habit of always leaving every bill with something unpaid on it. For real, I totally had no clue. And that, sand that you can stick your head in, is an amazing blindfold to reality. I never knew that I had a habit of letting this go to chaos and crisis point before I'd rectify them. What I did know is that I absolutely love to see the transformation from mega messy, out of control, to clean, minimal, crisp, what I call singing, where it is magic. That was my reward. Habits are how we function as humans, and our responsibility is to craft every single habit we have to move us forward, to grow in ways that are healthy in all areas of our life, in all other areas of our family, and our business lives. In those 5 areas that we talked about in episode 99, behaviors are the things we do in our habits. It is our response. What are the things that you are doing that maybe aren't in your best interests? What are the things that you are doing that absolutely are in your best interests? Are there for a special reason? Habits are never ever permanent. They can be changed, tweaked, or simply deleted at any time. Habits can be created at any time and for any reason. The habit of saving $10 a week, $100 a week, $1,000, $10,000. The habit of leaving one bite of food on your plate in every meal, leaving one spoonful of food on your plate in China, is a sign to your host that you're satisfied, which is kind of the polar opposite to North America, the gluttony mentality, where we've been pushed for decades to be part of the clean plate club, even when we're not hungry. The habit of checking your bank balances every day, not to obsess about how little you have, but to confirm where you are based on your plan. The habit of saying no because it's simply not in your best interests, instead of always saying yes, even when it isn't. The habit of taking all the garbage, loose papers, food wrappers, drink containers, etc., out of your car every single time you get out. Anyone with kids or preteens? Car look like a garbage can exploded in it? You get the idea. Everything changed for me when I adopted the mantra, how you do anything is how you do everything. And maybe it can help you too. Now, there's a lot here. My wish is always that you take something away from today that will encourage you to take the next step, to start getting into that bias for action in your daily life. You already know that your thinking is what drives everything. So we've got the new 90-day affirmations sent to you every single day for 90 days so that you can unlock every day with intention. And you can just go sign up for free at debbiecolburn.com/unlock the day. So we're here, the end. Time for that question I ask everyone at the end of each episode. What is the best thing that could happen if you unlock just one of your shackles today? Hey, if this podcast got you thinking you're ready to improve your money or business situation, or both, please make sure you're subscribed and share it with everyone you think needs to hear this. The link is in the show notes, and drop a review in wherever you're listening. Make sure to check out the all-new Breakthrough Navigator, the Money and the Money in Business editions, where you can work directly with me to transform that money situation in your bank accounts that is keeping you up at night. It's super easy. Just head to our website at debbiecolburn.com/links. And while you're there, sign up to grab your very own free personal daily intention setter in your inbox every single day for 90 days. Absolutely free. I actually get them sent to myself. They are so friggin' amazing. Simple tools to transform both your personal life and your business.